And especially at the highest level when the professionals are like, you know, almost as good as each other, and in some situations it's just a millisecond difference anyway that puts up one player over the other. So for them it's a huge difference. I mean, at this level I think it makes quite a difference. It's a disadvantage, but at the same time, I mean, I've seen pings be an advantage in some situations when your opponent, you know, sees your model and you're not actually there. You're slightly ahead. The hitboxes are not perfect. The good thing with the new Counter-Strike is that they've made it so that the hitboxes, or the hitbox, they've made it basically so that it works better with lag. It doesn't lag as bad. I don't know if you guys played 1.6 200 ms or Source with 300 ms. It's crazy. Your character's going all over the place. Here it looks smooth. You can actually play 200 ms, and it feels like you're just playing the game normally. A bit delayed, but it feels like you're playing it normally. And I think that's due to their netcode, which they've slightly improved. But there is still, they can still improve it a bit more, and the hitbox can definitely be improved there on the game. There are a couple of hitbox-based issues, especially on ladders and whatnot, that create some funny situations. And when you move, sometimes your hitboxes get completely demolished. I don't know if you guys saw Kenny S recently in IEM, when there was a guy shooting him with a pistol. I think it was Carrigan or Cajun B, and literally he just kept spinning. And even though the bullets were like right on him, you could see that they were right on him. It didn't actually damage him because his hitboxes were completely like demolished due to the fact that he was turning around. I don't know exactly what happened, but either way, it was weird. It wasn't something normal. But we're back in the game. Libya versus Algeria, and the Libyans now on a full eco after losing 2 rounds against the Algerian side here on Dust 2. And it's pretty CT-sided, but if there's any map where you expect to get 7 or 8 rounds on the T side, it would be Dust 2. Nia getting a double, taking down 2 of the Libyans coming in from short. Frosty with the 1 dig on Attila. And we've got another terrorist Crocodile as well, landing some shots there. So 2 players down on a full eco. It's not too bad. Crocodile can make it 3, but he's not going to have that opportunity. And the Libyans will lose that round. 3-3 now. Even score between the 2 sides, and the Libyans are able to afford a full bite, but we do have a pause from the Libyans. I think Crocodile's getting 500. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it was a bit laggy. It just in that last moment. I'm really hoping in the future that we can just have LAN qualifiers for this. It would be the fairest and best thing to do. You just need the funding for it, of course. It's not a cheap thing to do, to have LANs, continental LANs all over the world. But African LAN would be absolutely fantastic. It would be really good. I think the best place to do it would be in North Africa, because most of the teams that are involved are from North Africa, and also because it's got the nicest weather, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Oh, his ping's kind of stabilized. It's still quite high. It's going lower and lower and lower. Yeah, I think it should be fine now. So that tells me that maybe he is actually from Libya. I don't know. But well, let's see where it stabilizes on, right? Let's see what ping he gets, because Libyans, it's 120 average. The Devil's got super sick internet. Look, he can't be. No, he's gone beyond the realms of possibility, and he's back in the realms of possibility, 150. He's probably using some form of wireless, like internet, like WiMAX or something like that. Perhaps that's what's causing the high ping, and there's not much you can do about it when you don't have a wide connection and you play, you know, competitive games. Your ping's going to go all over the place. It might be good for browsing the internet, but other than that, it's not very great. Let's hope it gets stabilized soon. All right, okie doke. So let's have Avela. Dust 2, listen. Dust. Not much for me to actually teach you guys. Number 1. But I'm going to try and tell you what I know, and maybe you'll be enlightened. Crocodile's reconnected, so I'm hoping that the game's going to start before I embarrass myself. And yes, awesome, no lessons from me. Let's go. Match is going to be paused. We're back in action, and we have a full buy here from the Libyans. Crocodile with his 36 ping. Perfect. That's great. That's very un-Libyan of him. And let's see what they're going to do. Seems like a fast speed push. Sailor with the early smoke. Bread and butter CS at the moment. You have to throw down that smoke, or else you're really going to be surprised and overrun by that fast speed push that we usually see in Hydromeister with the entry on Devil. As a terrorist, if you don't have an AWPer, or if you don't feel like you have a confident AWPer who's able to make the mid pick, you have to smoke off mid. Can't let the CT AWPer get a lot of information and frags as well from that position. It's very hard to take down. So if you're unable to make the pick, if you think they've got an AWPer mid, throw down that mid smoke. The Devil's going to go down, so the Libyans are playing with 4 men at the moment. Frosty's going to try and go for the frag on Hydromeister, but he's not going to find him. He'll find GGTA instead. And put back the even board. They've got the short control at the moment, and they've got mid. So right now, the next step is working a site. And we have Frosty actually holding mid at the moment, taking down Sailor as well. I think this might project that they're going towards the B site, perhaps, for the CTs. They throw down the B split smoke, but they're going towards the A site. Naya is there still, and he actually takes down Meredith, who's pushing forward on his own. No support from Long. Nonalino should have definitely been there to take him out, and Nonalino is actually going to go down to Near. Near doing a good job picking up those 2 frags, allowing Hydromeister to be in a situation where he might be able to win this. 2 1v1s now for him, but he's going to try and run away from Frosty. He's just waiting at CT spawn. Not the best way to react by Hydromeister. And Libya's going to pick up that round against the Algerians, but they've still got a bit of money, can go for a full buy. However, interesting really from the Libyans, just playing picks, not really, it didn't really seem like they had a plan, and they were just able to get the picks. It was all about getting that mid control. That flash and the way that Frosty pushed forward and took down GGTA, that opened up the game for them. And after they took mid control, they were able to pick another frag at mid, taking down Sailor, and push short as well. Meredith again, taking down Hydromeister, who's trying to push forward. I think Libyans, when they are allowed to get the kills through crosshair placement, when they're just ready for the player, when they know where they are, they're able to really, really demolish the CT defense. I mean, give them no chance whatsoever. Meredith with a double hit. It's a full eco, though, by the CTs. Even though they've done quite considerable damage to the terrorists, no casualties yet. I'm just looking for the remaining player here. Sailor will be finished off by the Devil. So 5-3, Libya now ahead of the Algerians, and it's a good start on the T side of Dust 2. To get so many rounds, we saw them have a pretty strong T side against the Egyptians on cash as well, but they just couldn't complete the match when they went on the CT side. They couldn't contend with the Egyptian terrorist side, and ended up losing the game 16-10. Oh, Nunu, again. Hydromeister making the first frag. And the op is so key on Dust 2. It's such a key, integral part of this map. And having the better AWPer sometimes is the difference between losing or winning the map. And so far it seems like Hydromeister is doing a good job. Frosty the entry on Sailor. Again, not the best idea there by Sailor to try and peek tunnels without a flash. You never know what's lurking in the darkness. Meredith holding the flank over at Long. It's 3 versus 4. They've lost 2 players already. He's going to find Attila. He's right in front of him, and he'll take him out. Attila actually landing a headshot on Meredith. Crocodile trying to find a kill here on mid. There's GGTA. He just survives. It seemed like that crosshair was right on top of his head. He's still in front of them, though, firing away through the smoke. And he's going to fall next to him. Barely scathing him, however. Again, Crocodile trying to push forward, takes down GGTA. Hydromeister with yet another frag with the op. And the Libyans are moving towards the A site. Big mistake there by Crocodile. Should have moved with the rest of his teammates towards the A site. Nia putting Frosty down to 28 health. And oh my goodness! Meredith with the mass suicide. What is happening? I've never seen that before in my life. I've never seen mass suicide at the end of the round to be the end of the round. Oh dear. What was that? What was that? I've never seen that. I've not even seen that in like normal CS. Oh my god. They must be laughing their asses off. I mean, in that situation, you can't even be angry. You just be like, what the what just happened? Lie. Keep that replay, I bet. They're probably saying, Adi, Shabab, Adi. We'll get him next time. It was a good position for them to be in as well, because they were in a 5 versus 3, and they came out of it, made it a 3 versus 3, lost a player at mid, Crocodile, but then they got a frag, and it was 2 versus 2. 2 versus 1, actually, when they took down the guy, but they just killed themselves at the end. Well, they're able to afford everything at the moment. So they can have another shot at it before going on eco. Crocodile's going to find himself an entry at mid. There's a flash from GGTA. He's only got a 5-7 this round. He's going to pop out, get a frag on Meredith as well. Oh my god, fantastic from GGTA with the 5-7. Takes down both of them, landing headshots like it's no man's business. Sailor finishing off the job on Nunu. Here's a good try with the B split, but the Attila 5-7, oh sorry, the GGTA 5-7. Stop them in their tracks. So full eco now by the Libyans. They might buy a couple of pistols. But it's a shame because it could have been a very, very different story. 6-4 would have been the scoreline, and the Algerian money would have been broken as well. So they would be forced onto an eco. And it might have been 7-4. Instead, we're seeing a 5-5 scoreline due to the nade antics. No CT smoke from the Libyan side. The Algerians are able to just cut them down. GGTA with 3 frags for the AK-47. His aim's been on point actually today, especially with those 2 5-7 kills. So Algeria up now 6-5, and the Libyans able to afford weapons once more. They want to get back into this. You know what? I've got an amazing idea. I think this is a stroke of genius. I'm going to make it seem there are 2 casters, and you guys will never, ever, ever think that's actually 1 caster. How about that? How about that? I'm going to make it seem like that. I'm going to do color commentary. This will be absolute. That's masterful commentary, being able to commentate as 2 guys. We'll see. We're going to do it. Let's do this. It might make me seem like I've got split personality, but I'm going to try it. We'll see how it is. Crocodile with the double kill, taking down both Sailor and Attila. Nicely done by him. Frosty taking down Hydromycin. This is a good round here by the Libyans. And they should just find the entry here on GGPA. Frosty with the frag on Nia. And what do you think about that, Bob? Well, to be honest, it was just good entry frags all across the map here by Libya. And yeah, just able to win those 1v1 duels. Actually, that's a horrible accent. They're just able to win those 1v1 duels without much of a problem. Yep, that's exactly what happened there. You can see, yeah, the CTs are not going for any map control. They're not trying to push short or go for tunnels either. You have to do that sometimes. Yeah, completely right there, Bob. Libya now with the mid control. They've both lost a man each. It kind of favours the terrorists ever so slightly. With the bomb down, seems like the Libyans haven't really decided which bomb site they're going to be moving towards yet. Hydromeister! Wow, headshot onto Meredith. He definitely shouldn't crouched. Oh, that's such a nasty angle as well. Look at that. Can barely see through it, but does the job. Wallbang, headshot will find the end of Meredith's career this round. And it's going to be a B split with 1 terrorist coming in from mid. Crocodile, flash through. There's a smoke as well. Jumps on the box. This is good executing here. GGJ is trying to push towards mid. And Crocodile's going to shoot him right at his back. And Nunu is going to find the entry on Sailor as well. The bomb's going to be planted now by the terrorists. Algeria on the retake. Attila and Hydrameister. Hydrameister with the scout should be switching on to one of the M4s that he found nearby. Attila will take down Frosty. He's holding a pretty advanced position. They're actually probably scoped. Didn't even see him. No shots fired. And they know exactly where the remaining two terrorists were standing. Very, very bad post-plant positions there by the Libyans. And Algeria will pick up that round. Yeah, you're 100% right there. 2 versus 3. They should have won that round. But very bad post-plant positions. Completely open. It was easy for the Algerians to retake the site and get the bomb defused. Yeah, Algeria now with the 7th round. It's been back and forth so far here in the first half between the two teams. Do I sound like I'm a madman, by the way? Or does it sound like there's a second person? They want to hear Bob's opinion. Alright, we'll get Bob's opinion. Attila flashing near forward. The entry on Meredith. Nonlinear actually playing with the auto sniper, the terrorist one. We don't see a lot of that. CT auto sniper is always better. But we'll see. Maybe he can do something with it. It is the best weapon. The only thing that can really stop an auto sniper is an orb. Hydrameister given far too much time to land that shot on Frosty. And the terrorists need to start landing their shots here. They're able to pick up a couple of rounds just simply by getting the entry onto mid. And if they're unable to do that, it really shuts off the map for them. And they keep losing players in key situations and having to play mid and end game or last couple of seconds of the game with just 3 guys or 2 guys, always with a deficit. And it's very difficult to win these situations, especially when you're not experienced. How many people? What? I'll give him some Arabic words. We'll translate some words. Or we'll have a third commentator as an Arab, and then we'll translate. That'll be interesting. My God, that is so difficult. Being 4 people, being Avela, Bob, translator, or actually Avela can be the translator. So Avela, Bob, Arabic-speaking individual. Oh, the Devil actually finding himself. No, is that him? Yeah, he took down Attila. Nicely done there by the Devil. It seemed like the spray was completely off, but it really opens up the game for them. They've got a chance now. Good CT smoke as well. Algerians on the retake. Siler checking short. Both players on the site. Here's the Devil. And we'll go for the jumping shot, the P90. The Devil has to be careful. He's thinking that he's getting shot at from short. And he's got his teammate with the auto sniper, though, holding at the back of the site. And Sailor's going to have a push forward. He takes down... Actually, Hydrameister taking down Nunu. He's going for the defuse. He's staying down. He's not faking. Wow. Libya will pick up that round. Hydrameister, knowing that he didn't have a lot of time left on the clock, went straight for the defuse. And that was easy, easy work for the Devil. Probably should have faked it first, but I think if he faked it, he wouldn't have been able to make it. So match point, not match point, but last round of the first half. Both teams want to start off the second half with that little bit of a boost, coming out of the first half with 8 rounds instead of with 7. It has like there is this kind of yeah, just a moral boost. You just feel more confident, really. But the CTs are in a pretty dire position at the moment because they're only able to afford a couple of pistols, 1 M4 and Attila, and Hydrameister playing with a scout. No utility whatsoever. Utility is very important on the CT side. And Frosty's going to take down Attila here as they push forward. There's the B split smoke. Frosty flashed, backs away, pushes forward. Needs to be careful. They check the back. Crocodile take down Hydrameister. And the B site's completely taken anyway. So 4 kills. It's up to Near on his own now. And we have a sudden match stop from the admin. I don't know why that happened. So there you have it. Libya will win their first half of this tournament. And there's question marks all around. Question mark. Shinifi. Khera. And then good half. Arabic accent while commentating. I'll try that as well. So we'll have Avela, we'll have Bob, and we'll have Khalid. I've not got a good trying to speak English, and the thing is, sometimes when you speak, you sit down and you have a chat with somebody, right? And you speak to him in Arabic, and then you speak English. You have the most dirty Arabic accent. Sometimes it happens. I'm like, goodness me, I sound like I've never learned English. Like completely. Like I'm just speaking English for the first time, but it happens. It depends who you speak to. When I speak to my dad, my English deteriorates. But he's got good English, but my English becomes worse than his. I don't know why. It's natural. It's how it is. Damn it. No explanation. So it happens. Sometimes it depends. Like there's a psychological kind of theory where if you hate someone, you try to differentiate your accent as much as possible, and you try to be as formal as possible. And if you really like someone, you try to speak the same way as they do, and you pick up on their words and stuff. So, you know, it says that I like every every Arab I see, because I start speaking like an Arab. A fresh one, anyway. It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, very interesting. But at the same time, you know, if I start speaking like this, sends off warning signs like, wait, maybe this guy doesn't like me. Like, oh, you're right, mate. Yes, I'm quite fine. Doing well in this wonderful day. Dirty accent. No, dirty accent is like, dirty is an adjective for. It doesn't mean like nasty. It means like strong, like dirty, like strong. It means it's strong. It doesn't. It's not a negative thing. It's a strong thing. That's the best way I can explain it. If you're from Manchester, if you're a Mancunian, you'll understand. If you're not a Mancunian, you won't understand. If you're a Mancunian Libyan, you'll understand for sure. You'll definitely know what dirty means. Nia with the entry on Frosty, holding a pretty weird position. And here's the mid to be from the terrorists. There's only one CT alive. It's Crocodile. He picks up 2. I don't think it's enough, though. And Meredith is right in the action straight away. Doesn't wait for his teammates at all. Nunu now on his own. Armor and USP. Not going to go for the save. He's going to go for the round here. And he finds GGTA. Tries to land the headshot. It's USP on USP here in mid. And both of them missing a full magazine. Both going for the reload at the same time. Nunu still got a chance there. Not a lot of time left. He has to move quick. I don't think he'll be able to defuse it now. GGTA is going to finish him off anyway. I think they were better off like throwing rocks at each other there than using their pistols, because they missed pretty much every single bullet. Yeah, you're quite right. To be fair, Nunu was in a troubling situation in a 1v3, but he didn't really have a chance after he missed his full clip in the beginning of that retake. Yeah, that's right, Bob. Thanks for your opinion, mate. We've got a fast, short push here from the forced by Libyans. The Devil actually supporting them as well at mid. Well, they got the map control. They forced the terrorists back. However, not landing shots and not getting frags. And it's about time before this tease is going to be able to get back that map control and pick up some frags as well from the out of position CTs. 3 players already down. Meredith and Nunu remaining. Nunu picking up a frag on the A side on Attila. And probably will try to save the 5-7 in armor. I think he could actually pick up his weapon if he could get to it, but it's over at short. And there are 2 terrorists in that position at the moment. GGTA drops down to CT. Oh my god! What happened? Hydromeister smacked GGTA. I think he was in the air as well when that happened. He did not get a chance. We didn't see it, I know. He was in. I think he was in the. It just killed him straight away. Like, no chance. That shows to you that Hydromeister's focus, man. He's on point. He's got his scout ready. He's got his scout aimed, but firing at his teammates. He's gonna. He buys an AK-47 for Attila. Maybe that's just him saying, "I'm sorry." Yeah, quite a fantastic shot though as well. Just to be fair. Algeria now 1 round ahead of the Libyans after picking up the pistol in the round after that. And we have a full eco from the Libyan side and Meredith. Oof. with a smooth 360 turn. Now looking for a pick at tunnels. And there are 2 terrorists, actually 3, roaming about. This is a good position here to hold with the USB. Honestly, if you have the crosshair placement good, and you just tap away, you can pick up 2 or 3 frags. You really, really can. They're what? They're loving Bob. Bob's hilarious, mate. He's a good guy. Yeah, I'm quite funny. That's what people like to tell me. But Avela asked me to come cast. Don't know much about CS:GO, but I think it's enough. Yeah, pretty easy anti-eco from the Algerians here to make it 10-8, and the Libyans are now able to go for a full buy. Interestingly enough, though, not a lot of money on them. I think maybe they bought. I don't know why, but the Devil maybe didn't get any frags. Maybe that's why he barely had any money. They've got 2 smokes, 2 flashes. And there's an aggressive smoke from the terrorists as they move towards the B side. They've left 1 person here on the CT side. At the B side, that's Crocodile. Rawr. Actually, that's not really the sound crocodiles make, but it's more like a dog, but I tried it. Fine, GGJ lands a headshot and the second shot through the smoke as he takes down the first Algerian to decide to step foot in the B site, making it difficult here for the terrorists to get any map control, and he's got support from Meredith as well. Trying to figure out what this name means and where it's coming from and why D is capitalized, but Hydromeister with the entry, jumping, scout headshot on Crocodile. And there goes our reptilian friend. Glances another shot here on Meredith. Meredith's in a lot of trouble, unable to do anything. Is going to be pushed forward by Hydromeister's scout. And here are the entries now from the Algerians on the B site. They'll get the bomb planted as well. It's a 3 versus 3 retake for the CTs. They should try to move together, use the utility. Well, they've not got any utility left, actually. Just try to coordinate this attack. Try to set up crossfires. Try to bait each other. And just make sure they land their shots. Hydromeister's going to pop out. He's trying to fire towards tunnels. Doesn't realize they can get attacked from window. Devil pushes forward from the doors. Nia takes down Nunolinho. And it's all up to Frosty in a 1 versus 2. And it's a very difficult situation to be in. He doesn't even have a defuse kit. Should back away. Try to save an M4. Try to fight for another day. But we don't see these teams ever going for saves. It's like they don't like to save. They don't like to back away from a fight. And Algeria will pick up the first buy round of the match of the half for Libya. Yeah, you're completely right there. I think the Libyans could have coordinated that retake a bit better. Frosty was able to get the entry on Hydromeister, but his teammates weren't able to really do much, and they fast quite a couple of shots. And as we see here, Hydromeister with a good double kill with that AWP, doing an excellent job actually, but at the same time, the CTs should have definitely taken him out. And they tried to push towards the B site as well. And that's 2 AK-47s for Frosty and Crocodile that they can save for another round. But playing for the retake now isn't going to work out for them. Yeah, you're completely right. We see a lot of teams in these even when they've got a full buy in these situations, just going for the save. Because it's a difficult retake, 3 versus 2, and especially when you've not had a good success rate with the retakes, it's a huge risk. But they're going to push forward. Crocodile actually taking down Hydromeister. It's planted for short. Or is it? No, it's not. They've backed away towards shop. It's not planted for short. And they're going to take another. There's an exchange until takes down Crocodile. It's Frosty on his own. He gets Nia. But Nia's going to find the spray down. 12-8. The Algerians are slowly pulling away. But a very good eco round, taking down 4 weapons from the T's. Well, perhaps they would have been better off taking the rifles. The thing is, they could afford a full buy this round. So it was a calculated risk, I think, from the Libyans. Frosty waiting for one of the terrorists to peek mid. Very aggressive by Meredith. Oh, and he lands the shot on Hydromeister, who's waiting with the AWP. Very fast and very nicely done there by Meredith at long. He's going to back away as well. And that's good CT play there. Frosty moving from mid towards tunnels to find a pick. There's Sailor. Is he going to find him, though? Lands the shot. And this is a good start here for the Libyans. Nunolinho. Wow. Very, very small gap for him. And with 138 ping, landing a shot like that means you're pretty fast. But Nia, coming from long, takes down both Ninolino and Devil. And the bad CT smoke's going to allow Meredith to see right when he crosses, but that's not his plan. He's moving towards mid, might find himself a CT here. There's Crocodile. Crocodile needs to make this frag here, and they have to get the return. At least Frosty takes him out. I mean, Nia so far has made 3 kills. He's on his own. It's a one-man army here by Nia. And if he wins this ace, and wins this round and gets an ace, sorry, it would be absolutely horrific. Oh, Meredith, good night. Frosty now. He needs to make this frag. I don't know why he's moving forward so much. He's got an AWP. I think his teammates told him that he's been hurt. So just go over the USP. Flash comes in, and Frosty's just going to wait for him to get the bomb plant. Molotov by Nia. Bomb's planted. Frosty knows exactly where he is. Go for the jumping shot. Go for the Kali. Nia pops out. And Frosty's going to get the headshot. Yeah, really nicely done. They're getting the defuse very close, but fantastic play from Nia, who got a 4K in a 1 versus 5 pretty much. So really nicely done by him, and the Libyans have to be careful in these kind of situations. Yep, they could have thrown it away. Absolutely. And had that happen, Algeria would have had the game in the bag. So 12-9, there's still hope for the Libyans to get back into this. The Algerians can't be 100% sure. They're only 3 rounds away, and it is, on paper, on the highest level, on the tier 1 level, a CT-sided map. Fast B push from the Algerians on their force buy, and there's a very late smoke by Crocodile. Bad smoke. He's still able to pick up 2 frags, and that's good defense of the B site. You need to have a solid B site defense like that. So you're able to take care of the terrorists when they go for that fast B push. GGT is going to take down Frosty. They've got support from the Devil. Crocodile, nice play. Through the smoke, knows exactly where they are, has the information, and he'll take them out. Libya now with 10 rounds, 12-10. And we have a full eco from the Algerians. So Libya creeping back into the game. Yep, good play there from Libya. Good B-site defense. Algeria trying to go for the blitzkrieg. Fast B rush. But they were solid. Very solid in their B-site defense. Sorry, just reading me Facebook messages. Oh, Avela. Oh, sorry, I mean, oh, Bob. No, I'm Avela. You're Bob. Bob, what are you doing? Don't be on your phone. Put the phone away. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Just getting a message from me. B after reply. It's the last time you're coming, Bob. I'm not inviting you again. Can't believe your lack of professionalism. It's unacceptable. You know, I've got a weird problem, right? I think it's burnout syndrome, but when you cast 7 hours a day in a row, your brain stops working. It really does. I'm literally, I can't speak. Like when I'm trying to speak, my mind's saying things and my lips aren't able to kind of enunciate them. It's madness. I really don't know how this is working. Nunu with a solid defense here of the A site against their force buy. They're not actually ecoing the Algerians. They've gone for the force buy, and they've not been able to do much with it either. And force buys can be good because, number one, you can break your opponent's economy if they've just won a round. And number two, what you can do is, you can and they would have broken the Libyan economy and forced them onto an eco, and then would have been 14-11, 40-10 up. But what you can also do is that you can, after killing an opponent, you can pick up their M4, and then it'll be as if you're in kind of a full buy. You'd have a rifle, you'd have armor, and you'd have a couple of nades as well. So force buy sometimes are a good risk, especially when you know that you can afford a full buy the next round. Like if you have a good loser bonus, if you had 2.7k or 3.4k. Now they're going for a force buy, double force buy here from the Algerians. And it's quite dangerous when the Libyans are so close. Sailor finds himself an entry to B split. Nair with the entry as well. Oh my goodness, the Tech 9 tapping away. And the B site's completely under the terrorist control. And this has been a very good force buy here from the Algerians. GJ takes down the Devil, who doesn't even check to his left. And it's all up to Ninolino in a 1v4. Very difficult situation for this young player to be in. Now you need experience and a very high level of game sense to be able to deal with this. And the Algerians are not going to allow him to save the M4 either. Ninolino goes down, and as the Algerians will pick up that round. Libyan economy, not very good. But Nuno's got a bit of money. Can buy weapons for his teammates. And I think a couple of FAMASs. And they should be fine. Wow. They're actually going to go for an AWP on the Devil. instead of buying on an Elio, okay. Instead of buying a proper utility. Fair enough. If Nunu can you know, land those shots. The op is super important in this map. I think it's more important than utility. But you need somebody who's capable. Good smoke there from Meredith. Allows him to take a better position at pit. Nunu's there in support as well, firing away. They're not landing anything. And the terrorists are getting ready to push towards the A site from short. Devil's here. He has to perform. He has to land his shots. And Nunu's going to help him out. Takes down Sailor near with the return frag on Frosty. Nunu with another. And the op seems to have been a good buy. Nunu with a third. Nicely done, cutting down the terrorist attack over at short. And that's forcing him to back away. Meredith should have taken out GGTA, especially the way he was jumping like that. But Nunu's there to cover the flank. And he makes it a 4K. Nunu looking for the ace. And he might find it. Unless Devil takes down Attila. But a good round there by Nunu and a very, very important ult buy. But no, the Devil's not going to take down Attila. Again, flopping that spray down. Oh, shot there by Nunu. That was actually very, very fast indeed. Nunu with the ace and that AWP. He should kiss it. He should kiss it. He should caress it. He should sleep with it. He should buy it dinner. Because that AWP just won them around. (13-12), Libya are now only one round away from the Algerians, and this game's looking very close indeed. Dust 2 games have been so entertaining so far in the African qualifiers. Yep, I've really enjoyed it, even though I've just watched this one, but it's been quite interesting. It's nice to see the African CSs. It's quite competitive between the teams, but they've got a lot to improve. It'll be time before they're able to compete with the rest of the world, but it's a good start for them here with the World Championships. A fast B push now from the remaining 4 terrorists as they try to find Crocodile. Crocodile firing away, not landing any shots, and Sailor will take him out with the Tech 9, using that movement speed accuracy to the maximum. Near here, able to cut them off, cut the flank. Very nicely done, and the B-split's been working more often than not. The Devil killing his teammate! He just saw somebody moving in the shadows and just took out his teammate. Lack of communication, and it's all up to Nunu now with the AWP. Molotov coming in from the Devil. Wrong Molotov. He's going to go through his own Molotov. Burns alive, but still has 56 health. Nunu's pushing forward. Takes down Hydrameister. And it's 2 versus 2 here. Attila and Nia against Nunu and the Devil. Nunu picking up an M4. That's a good choice for him. Takes down Nia. This is a huge round. Attila takes down Devil. Nunu has to do it. Doesn't have a lot of time left. He's got a defuse. Kid's going to go for the defuse. And there's an open Attila. Don't know if he's going to be able to see him from this position. There's a flash. Oh, the bomb goes. He doesn't get the defuse. But Attila wasn't able to make the frag anyway, and I think Nunu, had he been a second earlier, would have gotten a very cheeky ninja defuse in that situation. Not a good bomb plant by the Algerians, but Attila winning the round, winning the clutch, and putting Algeria up to 14-12. So 2 rounds away now from picking up 3 points against the Libyans. Libya with a very, very close match. And now on a force point, their economy completely broken. It was a good try by Nunu, but he's been a very exciting player, I think. A very young player as well. I think someone to look out for here in the African scene, especially in the North African scene. Attila searching for the entry. Another interesting thing to note is the fact that the Algerians have lost so many weapons. They're not on a good buy themselves. 2 scouts, a Galil and a Tech 9, but if there's any map where you can really use scouts, especially in that position that Sailor was in, the jumping scout shot, it is Dust 2. Frost still takes him out, picks up a scout. There's still a player alive here. The Devil will come to try and support him. He takes down Attila, but Neil will get the return frag. Neil with 1. Can he make the second on Nilino? He knows he's on low health. He's going to push forward with the AK-47. GGTA on the other side of the map, picking up 2 frags, and all of a sudden it's just Frosty on his own in a 1 versus 3. I mean, they did a good job here, the Libyans picking up the first 2 frags, but GGTA and Nia making no mistake. Frosty now with 12 health in a 1 versus 2. The bomb's moving towards the B site. I don't know if they're going to cross now. They're going to go through tunnels. It's a smart move. They know Frosty's got a scout. And Frosty's going to take his time. He'll play for the retake. See if he can cut off anyone coming in from mid. Both of them going to go through tunnels. Frosty. He's been sighted by Nia.
Bomb has been planted.
Frosty against the world right now. Hydrameister the crossfire set up, and Frost is going to be shut down by Nia. You need to check that big box. Algeria will make it 15-12. Match point right now. And Libya has no money for this. And that's really interesting, actually. Double eco. Well, not really double eco, actually. They force buy, so they're forcing up again. So it's a double force buy. And yeah, it makes sense because they don't have money. If you force and you don't have money and you've just won a round as well, you don't have that loser bonus and you force again. Well, you force the first time, you're obviously going to have to force again for the match point. Because you don't have money, and that might have not been the right choice, but they were playing for the 3 points, so they didn't want to give away the 15th round easily, and it was relatively close as well. But Algeria, on the other hand, have got 4 AK-47s in the scout. Libya can take a point out of this if they're able to win the next 3 rounds. It's possible. We've seen it happen before. Hydromeister. Shot down by Devil. Good exchange for the CTs. Nunu finds the teller. Takes him out with a 5-7. So brutal in the short distances. And Frost is going to take down Nia. So they're picking up frags left, right, center area on this map. And it's poor play from the Algerians to give away this round. And they might be giving away their 3 points as well. And the thing is, both teams are not really going to gain much. They're not going to gain much from 1 point. Frosty finds Sailor with the AK-47, and they can pick up the AKs. Don't even have to use a lot of money for the next round. And they'll have a full buy. Nunu with the M4, no AWP on him. And we've got a scout actually thrown. I think Nunu's going to play with the scout, perhaps. No, he's just going to... Meredith's just going to buy an M4. Not going to use that scout. Throw it away. Not trying to be economical here. Frosty. Very fast towards mid. Holding a corner. And it's a B push from the terrorists. It's an eco round by the Algerians. And they know that they're better off just giving away this round and playing for the 16-14. It'd be a great comeback by the Libyans if they're able to get this draw. But both teams will be gutted with 1 point. 1 point. Very gutted, because at the end of the day, it still means none of them can go through. Both Algeria and Libya can't go through, because 3 games and 1 point, or 3 games and 2 points for Algeria. I think the Algerians need the win a bit more than the Libyans, or not need the win, but I think the Libyans are actually in a position to get more points than Algeria, because they've lost 2 games. Algeria have lost 2, but they've drawn 1. Nice play there by Nia. He's on his own though. And the Libyans are going to be picking up this anti-eco. With only 1 casualty, perhaps. 35 seconds left on the clock. There's not much that Nia can do, really. He's got his Tech 9 out, though. He's left the bomb at mid. And he's going to try and hurt the Libyan economy as much as he possibly can. They've not got a lot of money. They have to be careful that they don't lose too many players. Nonalino goes down, didn't have a lot of health anyway. And Crocodile will pick up that frag. 15-14. It's all or nothing right now. If Libya win this round, both teams will go away with 1 point, but Algeria have a chance to take 3 points here. Full buy from them. Scout on Sailor, Scout on Hydromeister, and we have a double scout set up. Hasn't worked really well for the Algerians so far, but they might find better luck this round. Libya, though, with the AWP on Frosty. Nunu, who had an ace with the AWP and some really nice rounds as well, will be playing with the M4. But it's really a feel thing. You know, sometimes you feel the AWP, sometimes you feel the M4, and you just have to play with what you feel you're most confident with, that you're going to land your shots with. It also depends on the kind of tactics that the Libyans want to play. Frosty is going to be playing the B site on his own with the AWP. Pretty good position here. Can pick up 2 or 3 frags. He's got support as well from Crocodile, who had 1 good B round. But the terrorists are not moving towards the B site. They're going for A. 2 players that shot. They've got short control, and the CTs have no information whatsoever. The Devil will be on his own here with the AK-47. Difficult position to play with the AK. Needs to land those headshots. Need to get those tap headshots. Hydromeister with the scout wallbang. Trying to find the Devil, who's evading those shots, and he's going to go for the pick. And look at this. 2 scouts actually right on him. He needs support from his teammates, and he pops out, gets the frag. Really nicely done there by Devil, and the second on Attila. This is not a good start for the terrorist attack. Near already down to 10 health as well. And there's support coming in from the CTs. Bomb moving towards the A site. Ninolinho goes down, but the Devil picks up a frag on Near. GGTA's coming in from long. He's got Sailor pushing in from short as well. There's Frosty. He should be able to cut him off, and he will. And now it's all up to Sailor in a 1 versus 2. Him against Crocodile and Frosty. Frosty sees him, knows he's there. He's moving towards the A site. And Crocodile with the AK-47 is going to be boosted on top perhaps by Frosty, but Sailor's going to try and peek them. And there you have it. It's 15-15. And the Algerians and Libyans will come away with 1 point each. What a interesting match.